Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is a Montazar from the Chicago camp coming back at you again with another lesson entitled, Your Daughter Has Alopecia Because of the Lord. Okay? In other words, your daughter is bald headed because of the Lord. All right. All right. So in this daily walk, we meet all type of people. Okay. And we meet people who have different belief systems. Okay. They don't believe in the Most High, and of course, they have not this truth. All right. And they have all type of backgrounds. Okay. All right. So you have people who are also called agnostics. All right. All right, so I met an agnostic. Okay, uh, an agnostic. They don't believe in anything. Okay, that makes it easy. So they argue about everything and believe in nothing. All right, and it just so happens this person's daughter had alopecia. All right, but not going to push or press. All right, um, it's not meant for you to have the truth. You just leave it at that. All right, let he that is filthy be filthy still. All right. But it's always good to be able to do a lesson on it and just to show. All right. The causes of alopecia, the medical term for hair loss, depend entirely on the specific type you have. While genetics and aging are the most common culprits, hair loss can also be triggered by an autoimmune attack, severe physical stress, or environmental damage to the hair follicles. All right, so that's Esau's definition of the why. All right, and he's got about seven more examples of why a person would have alopecia. But very simply, it's because of the Lord. All right, so to the agnostics, an agnostic is someone who believes that the existence of the Most High or an ultimate reality is unknown and probably unknowable. Rather than committing to belief or disbelief, they maintain that there is not enough evidence to definitively prove or disprove the existence of a higher power. Okay. All right. So really what that is, all right, is someone that's denying the truth. Okay. Let's go to Romans, the first chapter, real quick. We're gonna see where that comes from. Because the scripture says that the things that are made understand that they were created by the Most High. This is Romans 1. There we go. I'm gonna start at let me start at 18. I'll start at 18. It says, For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High have showed it unto them. All right, the scripture says the Most High has showed it unto them. For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. Okay, the things that are made understand that they were created, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified Him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. All right. So to you agnostics out there, all right, you're an agnostic because your foolish heart was darkened. Okay. So unless the Lord opens up your understanding, you're going to stay in darkness. Okay. And he that wanders from the congregation, um, he that wanders from knowledge, all right, shall remain in the what? Congregation of the dead. This is Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. All right? So, whether you believe or not, it ain't going to change anything. Okay? Exodus 4 and 11. And Yahweh said unto him, who have made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord? So here you have the Lord in Exodus 4 and 11 taking credit, all right, for the deaf and the dumb, all right, the seeing and the blind. So when the Lord told Moses, hey, I'm going to send you to my people, you're going to deliver them. Moses had a whole bunch of excuses. He said, I'm slow in speech. My tongue is slow. The Lord said, who have made man's mouth? Which is a rhetorical question. Or who maketh the dumb, those that can't speak? Or the deaf, those that can't hear? Or the ones who see? Or the ones who are blind? Have not I, the Lord? So the Lord takes full credit. All right. And all of these infirmities, the Lord take credit for. This is Proverbs 20 and 12. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, Yahweh have made even both of them. You see, that's an example of precept upon precept. All right. So there's not just one precept, you get doctrine around. You get doctrine around multiple precepts. Through thy precepts, I get understanding. All right. Therefore, I hate every false way. All right. So we understand through the precepts that it's the Lord that creates um, these physical ailments. Okay. The Lord said he created the hearing ear and the seeing eye. This is Isaiah 3 and 16. Look at this prophecy. Okay. This is Isaiah 3 and 16. It says, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. In that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calves, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the whipples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a girding of sackcloth, and a burning instead of beauty. All right, so here we see right here in Isaiah 3 and 24, okay, it's talking about baldness upon, all right, it's talking about baldness upon the daughters of Zion. All right. Now, that baldness doesn't necessarily go into alopecia, okay? Because sisters just got some bad fucking hair, okay? Now that could be part of it, all right. But just in general, all right, the sisters got bad hair. They can't grow hair but a minute. That's what they say down south. That hair ain't nothing but a minute. Okay, can't wrap a piece of rice around it. Can't roll it up in the rice. All right, that's just what it is. Okay, now that baldness could be part of that as well. All right, let's look at an example. All right, of how the Lord dealt with Job. Okay, who the Lord said was perfect and upright, but the Lord allowed Satan to afflict his body. Okay, and touch his body and afflict him in his flesh. This is Job 2 and 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. It's like it. And Satan answered Yahweh and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, and but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. And then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaking. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. All right, so Job said, Hey, we receive good at the hand of the Most High, good health and blessings and abundance, all right, of material possessions, all right. But he likened his current condition unto evil. Okay, all right. So it is the Lord. All right, it's the Lord that. All right, he said, "I form the light." All right, the Lord is the one that creates good and evil. All right, and it just so happens that this evil is in the form of these physical maladies, okay? This physical affliction, all right? And this is an example of it, all right? Job 12 and 9, who knoweth not in all these things, Salakia, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of Yahweh have wrought this, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing and the breath of all mankind. All right, that's your King James Version. And in closing, we'll look at the New Living Translation. This is Job 12 and 9. For they all know that my disaster has come from the hand of Yahweh. It's a, hey, listen, I'm scraping the ashes off my skin, all these boils. Job said, everybody know this is coming from the Lord. Okay? All right, and that goes back to the understanding of this lesson. All right, your daughter bald headed because of the Lord. Job 12 and 9. For they all know that my disaster has come from the hand of Yahweh, for the life of every living thing is in his hand, and the breath of every human being. All right. Now we don't know exactly why. We don't know why your daughter's bald headed. Okay. That's between her and the Lord. Okay. Because this ain't our first time on this earth. All right. So that means that who knows what type of life your daughter had prior to this particular life. All right. And the Lord can judge a person on their prior life in this current life. All right. But that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother lesson. All right. But your daughter is bald head because of the Lord. I pray that this lesson has been edifying to the next one. Shalom.